Okay, so recording and mute everybody. Okay. So even if all you could do, let's say you're having a bad day, right? A bad symptom day. If all you can do is just get in a chair, scoot to the edge of that chair and try to arrange skull, neck, spine, pelvis, such that you are practicing your vertical axis line, what the Chinese call in Chinese medicine, chong mai, which means thrusting vessel. It's like central nervous system, up and down, fast connection, brain to body, body to brain, back and forth, right? So meditation is a powerful practice for many reasons, but structurally, you are practicing the most important pillar, no pun intended, right? A pillar of correct body position, for pain management, for safe movement through space. It's just the root, the essence, the center of everything is sitting correctly, rooting through the buttock bones into your chair, which eventually when we stand up, instead of the buttock bones being the root, it's the bubbling springs or the balls of the feet. So at home, be practicing this 2, 3, 4 times a day in small doses, perhaps. So rather than one big, long meditation, just arrange yourself, take 3 minutes of quiet centering. This also trains you to become a master of your nervous system, which is a big, big deal with Parkinson's, right? Is the phone rings and you stress out and all of a sudden the whole body is going crazy and you can't move. You have to become this master of the parasympathetic state of relax, drop, let go, yield, right? So hopefully you're already doing that. As I'm yapping away, sitting at the edge, espresso cup on top of the head, chin slightly down, let the eyelids drop softly. Greg, I'm going to mute you there. You just unmuted. I gotcha. So the first practice is nothing other than what I just described. Arrangement of the structure, and then let go. Relax, release. Be, just be there. You will notice that you are breathing. Your body's breathing for you. It's just doing its breath. You can encourage that natural breath to grow. Inhales a little longer, more full. A little hold at the top, saturating the system with nourishment. Exhaling when you're ready. The breath out. You can encourage that breath to go a little more empty and deprive yourself for a moment. Just don't breathe in right away. Hold that breath empty. Be present there. Open the valves and let the breath in. Encourage that breath a little more full. Hold. Let the breath out slow and smooth. Squeeze the breath out a little bit. Hold the breath empty. The 4-part breath is what we're doing now. Inhaling long, smooth, full. That's the first part. Holding the breath like a feast of nourishment. Let the breath out. Removal of waste, releasing tension in the body. Holding the breath out like a fasting, which is very good for us. Breath fasting instead of food fasting. Inhale when you're ready. So let's do this about 5, 10 more breaths. Be in no rush. Eyes closed. So what you're developing is X-ray vision. See your skull. See your spine. See, we have a perceptive ability that can see even when the eyes are closed. You can see the darkness in front of you there, but you can actually scan the body to the back of the head, down through the spine. When you scan, you'll feel pain over here or numbness over there. Maybe pleasant sensations as well. So let this be foundational practice for you, no matter what else you're doing, multiple times a day, coming to stillness, coming to alignment, releasing, breathing. Now we build on this infrastructure some movements. We have 24 vertebrae in the spine. We're going to move each of them a little bit in the directions they're built to move. Place your hands on your thighs. Open the eyes. Slide your hands forward. Drop the head and round the body, round the back. Feel how that opens the back. Then slide the hands back. Come back to neutral, sitting upright, espresso cup on your head. Slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, arch the back. Feel how that opens the front of the body. Sliding the hands forward through neutral, where we were in our meditation, and then keep going. The chest hollows back as the arms go forward. That opens the back. Slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades squeeze back, arch. 2 more. Slide and round. And see if you can feel those buttock bones in your seat. When we slide the hands back, elbows back, and we arch, we should be on the front of the pelvic, of the sits bones there. So we tipped the pelvis forward, so we're at the front edge. And then when we slide back, we want to feel ourselves roll over the sits bones and be on the back side. So this is like doing cat-cow in yoga, but from a seated position. Tip. And all right, make your way back to neutral, right in the middle. Each of these vertebrae rotate. Right, so 24 joints, stack, 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 stack. Each of them does a little turn, and the next one up does a little turn, a little turn. So slide left hand forward, right hand back, turn the shoulders, turn the head, and just get a light amount of rotation, just a gentle twist. And then back to neutral. And then slide right hand forward, left hand back, turn the shoulder, turn the head, maybe even turn the eyes, try to look behind you. Slide the hands, neutral, through neutral, turn. Back to neutral, through neutral, turn. 1 more of each. So it's just gentle. But if you do it regularly, this gentleness remains, but your range of motion increases. Your coordination increases. Come back to middle. Dangle the arms. Now we just softly let the head, so now we stay in the middle. So the next one is side bend. So just like a tree, just gently leaning over, tipping over with some fruit on top. And then back to the middle. And lean. So your left arm now should just go a little lower towards the floor. And then back up. So that's level 1. Level 2, to get a little more room, we actually lift the opposite elbow like it's like a puppet, a marionette. The elbow floats up, the hand stays loose, and we lean. This allows us to reach up through the tip of the elbow. And then we're back to middle. We go to the other side. Lean, opposite elbow lifting. Now you could do either the first level or the second level, or we go third level where the elbow goes up, but then like the hand has helium in it, it floats up. That extra reach. And then the hand droops like it's a ripe piece of fruit, just drooping, 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 drooping. And we go the other way. So again, it's elbow floating, and then helium in the hand floating, reaching. And then right piece of fruit in the hand, all the way back down and middle. Now, That's all the spinal movements, right? We rounded, we arched, we rotated, and we laterally bent. Eventually, we move in circles around all those places, but that's sort of complex. But at first, we just want to get the ABCs of all these movements. Right shoulder blade, shrug to the ear. So notice that my elbow, I didn't lift my elbow here, right? Shoulder blade. And then melt that shoulder blade back down. So see this space in my neck and shoulder? Scrunch that up. And then melt that all the way down. The down is the most important part because often we're stuck somewhere in the middle. So we're going up to sort of exhaust all that, to take the sponge and squeeze it. And then we're able to then tell from the brain, soft, 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 release. Other side, shrug, squish the sponge, and melt. A lot of times you'll feel some pain here because a lot of times people are gripped, holding, they're just walking around with all this tension up here. So be okay going into that pain a little bit, right? The tissue might be hardened, sort of almost plastic or rock-like, and you have to kind of squish it a little bit and then get it to release. We got to make it more spongy, more plump, more fluid-based. One more. And melt. Now we go both. Shrug. Melt. Shrug. And melt. Shrug all the way up. Melt. All right. Now, slightly more difficult movement. We do both at the same time to get a read on it. Chest sinks back as the shoulder blades spread apart. So let's see if you can see it in my back. My shoulder blades are back here. Chest sinks back, shoulder blades spread apart. So there's this funny little position here, and you want to feel your thoracic spine round and your shoulder blades slide away from each other and around your rib cage. Then come back to neutral. Then go back, retraction. Shoulder blades slide towards each other, crack a walnut. Chest will naturally lift. Head will naturally fall back a little bit. Then relax that, come to neutral. Again, protraction. Shoulder blades spread away from the spine. That causes the hollowing of the chest and the arms migrate forward. Relax that effort, come to neutral. Neutral is easy and release. Then back, retract, crack a walnut with the shoulder blades. Chest will naturally lift, head will naturally tilt back. And we settle to the middle. Can you do that with just one arm? Protract, the arm migrates forward. Now as it's forward, shrug it up. Then roll it over the top and get it to that back position, and then slide it down. So all the movement should be occurring in this little space here, the chest, this little gap, this little space where the shoulder and chest and arm all meet. So forward, this closes, lift, up over top and back. Now this should feel big and open right here. And then down, under, protract, elevate, retract, and depress. Now again, the mistake many people make is move the arm, which is a totally different exercise, right? So Sheila, I'm seeing you do that a lot. Here, you're kind of going, and then I'm seeing you do a lot with your hand and arm. Watch what my arm does, but it only does it because my shoulder blade is protracting. My shoulder blade is lifting. My shoulder blade is rolling back. My arm is just hanging out. And then my shoulder blade is melting. One more. Protract. Shoulder blade. Up. Not the arm, the shoulder blade. shoulder blade back, shoulder blade down. Now we go the other way, same arm, shoulder blade back, up, rolls forward. The arm, of course, comes along for the ride, and then we melt it and it swings down, back, up, roll over top, down, back, open, up, roll over top. Now this should be closed, and then we release and we find neutral. 2 more. Open, lift, roll it over the top to closed, and loose. Switch sides. Forward to the closed position. Up, roll it over the top and back, melt it down and slide it down. Forward, up, back. So it's over the top and back, and then it just slides down and it's hanging. Forward, up, over top and back. Down. 1 more. Let's do 1 more for good measure. Reverse that circle. Shoulder blade goes back, up, forward, down. Back, up, forward, down. Notice it's an experience of a circle. Bottom of a circle, back side coming up over the top of the circle to the front side, down the front side, underneath the bottom. The body is built with all of these circles and spirals. Now, hang both arms, same time, protract. Lift the shoulder blades. Now lift the elbows. Shoulder blades back, crack a walnut, elbows back, shoulder blades down, elbows down, arms follow. So now notice we're back to neutral. As the shoulder blades come, we hollow the chest, so you should be rounded. Look at my position, right? Look at that. Do that. Then elevate shoulder blades and elbows. Shoulder blades back, elbows back. Now we're open, right? We're in a totally different position than we were a moment ago. And then releasing down, we're back to relaxed neutral. 2 more. Forward with the shoulder blades, hollow the chest. Elevate shoulder blades, elbows. Shoulder blades, elbows back. And melting, releasing, down. 1 more. Ride that circle. Reverse that. Crack the walnut. Shoulder blades lift, elbows lift. Shoulder blades roll forward, elbows follow. Shoulder blades melt, arms dangle. Back. Shoulder blades lift, elbows follow. Up over top. 2 more. And done. A little momentary closing. Lift the arms out, turn the palms up. Fold, the hands come up over top. Settle, 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 settle. Mind and hands to the middle. The belly button and deep to the belly button. That's our energetic reservoir, our middle. So relax and settle to that place. All right. Arms hang. Now, take left hand, place it on your right knee, lean softly over to the side here, and we swing the arm forward and back. All right, so forward, back. Feel it like a pendulum, so it goes down to then slightly lift. Down to slightly lift up back. Down. So loose as can be. Now, the next time this arm is forward, circle it around the front side of a circle to the back side of a circle, in close to the body, and then pendulum swing. Circle. Now that you've got the direction of that circle, make that circle very, very small to start. So really small, And then with each one of the circles, get a little larger and a little larger and a little larger. So each one's going a little further away from the body, further away. Keep that relaxed quality. Now, as it gets to a certain height, we got to sit upright, sit back up to upright, let the hand come forward, and then softly circle to the side, but not too much behind. Just let it fall. So don't crank it back. A lot forward, and then just a bit to the side and back. Forward, maybe a little higher, but still not too far behind. We don't crank it. Circle. Now, this knee has to sort of fall out of the way a little bit. We reach across and circle. Across, circle. Two more. Lead from the tips of the fingertips, like there's little strings tied to your fingertips, pulling them around, and let the arm hang. Lean back over, swing the arm a couple of times. The next direction of the circle is when the arm is swung back, go away from the body around to the front, let it swing back and around. Now that you got that direction, make it really small. So like a hypnotist's spiral, getting a little larger, little larger. Continue growing that circle further and further from the body until we then sit upright and bring it up alongside and go forward, pointing forward, and let it fall. Like someone's pulling gently at the fingertips. Lead from the tips of your fingers. We're pulling space. We're creating space inside. Now reaching the hand a bit across. And then you got to get that knee out of the way a little to let the arm fall. And then up, over, and across. And then dodge the knee. And release. Switch sides. So this gives us some stability. Lean like you're dipping your hand down in the water. Swing the arm forward, back, loose. Then when it's forward, go out, away from the body, in as you come behind, swing forward. Once you got that direction, so that to mark the direction, then make it really small and get larger and larger each round. This is great for the brain to be able to manage that, to manage what's a little larger than the circle I just did, and then what's a little larger than that one, and a little larger than that one. So we're training that subtle awareness of movement. Now sitting upright, hand comes forward, up, over, and to the side, down, forward, up, over, to the side, and then falls like that pendulum, swings under, back, swings under. Now we go across. So as it swings, we reach across and then circle, down, under, across, circle, across, circle. One more. And release. Lean over again, swing forward, swing back. Next time you're swinging back, go away, around, and forward. And once you get the direction of that circle, then make that same direction small to larger, spiraling. So arm spirals. Circle, circle, little larger. Then eventually sitting upright, circle. Soft, relaxed, at ease. And the key to that is letting it softly fall there and then ride that fall up and over. Now we're going to reach across a little bit. Across, dodge the knee. Across, dodge the knee. Across, dodge the knee. One more. And release. Good. Now, sitting upright, elbows. Fold at the elbows, softly touch the shoulders. Release down and let the arms hang. Come back up, fold and touch. Soft and release. So we add a little swing there. swing. Up. Loose shoulders. Up. Loose. Up. One more. Loose. Now, keep the hands up. Elbows flare out like little chicken wings and up if you can. Then they melt down to neutral, hanging and soft. Come around in front, squeeze elbows, touch them. Touch the elbows together. Relax them down to neutral so they're relaxed, and then they wing. Down to neutral, and they wrap. And squeeze. Down, and wing. Down, and wrap, and touch the elbows together. Squeeze. Notice how that opens your back up. Now, elbows back behind you, right? Then down with the elbows, the hands are up. Forward with the elbows, the hands are on your shoulders. That might be all of it for you. Some of you might feel you have the room to point elbows skyward. The hands are down your back. Then elbows forward, down, elbows back, palms facing up. Elbows down, palms facing back. Elbows forward, palms facing down or on the shoulders. Elbows up, palms facing the back. One more. And down. Now, elbows out to the side, palms facing the floor. Slide one hand above the other, cross. Go all the way, try to touch the side walls with your fingertips. Then come back across and touch the side walls with each elbow. So the elbows for this one do not go behind the line of the body. Then the other hand slither on top. So two snakes passing each other. Reach, 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 reach. Elbows straight out to the side. Open. Other hand on top, closing the chest. Elbows out, open. One more. And open. Elbows drop in, hands fall out in front like you're holding something in each palm. About a 90-degree angle in the elbows. Turn the palms down, up. Down, up. That's forearm pronation, supination. Pronation, supination. And palms face up. Bring the hands just a little bit in so you have this angle here. So it's not a straight square, but there's this round quality you can see here, right? Now that gives us room to fold the wrists, fold the hands over top, right? And then let those fingers drop under and point fingers forward, spin the palms so they face up, fold, circle through, spin the palms, fold, circle through, spin. Eventually you just flow it. One more. Now, switch directions. Palms facing down, fingers point down and in, up over the top, out like you're offering something. Spin the palms facing down, under, up and over. Spin. Spin. And then circles, continuous. Wrist circles, loose, easy, and free. And done. Float the arms, roll palms up, over top, little miniature closing. Settle, 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 settle. The mind like a stone falling through a pond down to the base of the pond in the belly. Hands resting there, mind resting there. That's our middle. Cultivate the middle. All right, scoot to the back of your chair, scoot all the way back, so that you feel comfortable. You can lean against the back of the chair if you need to. And next up is chambering. So lift the thigh up and pull the heel in using your hamstring muscles there. Draw the heel in and then set that foot down. So the thigh lifts using hip flexors, the heel pulls in using hamstring there and some of those back of leg muscles there. Set down. Chamber. So it's like loading, unloading, loading, unloading, load. Now push, reload, down, load, express that load, unloading it with power, bring it back, set it down. Chamber, push, chamber, down, chamber, push, chamber, down. Now, chamber, push, and hold, point, flex, point, flex. Two more. Now, invert, foot comes a little in, foot goes a little out. Invert, evert, invert, evert. Circles, in, circle underneath, come back to the middle. Circle, circle, circle. Go the other way, circling out, around, and in and up. Right, similar to what we just did with our wrists, right? We've got to do that with every circle joint and come back, other leg. Chamber, push, point, flex. Invert, evert, a little in, out, in, out. Circles, in, circle, out, back to middle. So inward circles, outward circles, and back to neutral. Scoot forward. Now, lift the ball of your left foot off the ground. Turn on the heel so the knee and the toes turn out, creating an opening at the groin. Then lift the ball of foot, bring back to neutral. Lift ball of foot, turn the leg internal. Neutral, external, neutral, internal. Now skip neutral, external, internal, external, internal. One more. And we're back to neutral. Other leg, lift the ball of the foot, external, neutral, internal, neutral, external, neutral. Now skip neutral. Notice here that the pelvis and other leg are pretty much unmoving. They're not moving, but that leg bone is moving. When we do other things, it's the other way around. The leg isn't moving, but the pelvis is moving from the leg. So we're learning how to differentiate that and control it. All right, both legs, external. Let's just skip neutral and go right to internal. So we got to get this pigeon toe. So you have to scoot the heels out a little so you can almost touch the knees and then open, close, open, close. One more. And neutral. Now, legs do not move. Pelvis tips over the legs. Hinging. Sitting back to vertical. Tipping back. So this 90-degree angle needs to go to an obtuse angle. Opening that up. And then neutral. Or 90 degree. And then fold. So it's an acute angle. As much as you can. And then back to 90, and then slightly leaning back. So again, for your brain, being very clear that you're moving none of the vertebra joints. They're staying exactly the same in relationship to each other. All you're doing is going over the ball and socket joint, tipping forward, coming to vertical, leaning back. And you have to be clear on that. That part of your brain needs to be very lit up so that you can, when someone says, you know, hinge at the hips or sink down or whatever it is, you do it from the right place instead of putting your lumbar spine at risk. All right. Now we're going to stand up and sit down. So it's pretty much that movement. So slide the feet back a little bit. Now we tip at the hips. Notice the spine is still straight. Now we just put a little oomph going forward, forward. Push through the earth, vertical. Time to sit down. This is where we need to know that it's the hips. So we're not rounding our spine. Fold at the hips. The butt goes back. Then sink the butt. And we're to that forward fold position that we were working on a moment ago. So we just came down to this position, and then we're sitting upright. So the mistake people make is they try to just and go right up, as opposed to fold a lot, then don't even think up, think forward, forward. And then once you're out of the chair, then it's easy peasy lemon squeezy, push through the earth, and you just go right up, because that's how the body's built. The butt goes back. Then sink and stay folded till your butt lands. Sit up. Now we're going to do some squats. So come up to standing, forward, up. Now we're standing up. Now do 90% of sitting down, or 80% or 70%. So you go back and sink. Maybe it's just to here, maybe it's to here, maybe it's to here, maybe it's here, wherever. And then just rise back up. Now take that one bit further, push your hips forward and let your torso just gently arch back. And then move the hips back to the middle. Notice the middle, everything aligned nicely. Butt goes back, sinks a bit. Torso's just coming along for the ride. And then you push and you rise. Push those hips forward. Get that little arch. One more. Butt back. Sink it. And then rise. Push hips forward. And we're back to neutral. Just standing comfortably. Now, from a comfortable standing position, let your body tip forward a little bit towards the balls of the feet so that the front of your foot has to work a little extra. Your toes have to sort of activate in order to not have you fall onto your face, right? So just tip a bit forward. Then just soft as water, just sort of lean back to middle. And then just let yourself arrange towards the heels a little bit. Now the heels don't have, this has a front of a foot on the front. It doesn't have one on the back, so we don't tip back. We let the weight go back, but we actually counter tip a little bit in the front so that we stay aligned, right? Because if we tip back this way into the heels, we can fall. So it's this little get back to your heels. Then rock to the balls of the feet. Middle, and a little bit to the heels. Feel that range there, that topography of the feet. This in and of itself helps us with balance because we know we over time, our feet can start to feel like almost like a hoof, like just a one block, a cement block. But we want the feet to feel like a big map, a big broad space that we can explore, right? So now, standing here, try that into the sides of the feet. Let your weight just go a little bit to the outer edge of left foot, inner edge of right foot. And then outer edge of left, or outer edge of right, inner edge of left. Just know that you can explore from left to right on these feet. Now, be in the right side. Come forward a little bit. So now you're in the balls of the feet. Circle over on the balls of the feet to the left side. come back along the left side and back around on the heels. Now you're on the right side. So again, this can be executed with no effort, right? We're just sort of falling through this circle with this liquid body. And we're carving space within and on the outside. Switch directions. We're carving room for us to be able to deal with oncoming forces, right? Something flies by or something skateboards by, right? And you got to react a little bit, but you don't want to be so brittle that it's immediate falling down. So carve that space for yourself, right? And find middle. So by carving that circle, now we find the middle of that circle. Now let's do our first Qigong movement. Rock to the heels a little. The arms swing back and rise up to chest height. Rock to the toes. The arms sweep around at face height or mouth height, palms face up. Rock back, the hands come to the mouth, so you're in your heels, hands are at the mouth. As the hands come and settle down like that stone settling in the middle, settle to the middle of your feet, and then do a little Tai Chi squat. The butt goes back. Let the arms dangle as you sink the tush. Arms hang loose. Push through the earth, come back to middle. Rock to your heels, the arms swing back and up. Rock to your toes, the arms do a big sweep gathering gesture, palms facing up. Rock to your heels, the hands come to the mouth height, and then settle down to the middle, the belly. Tai Chi squat, the tush sneaks out, the butt sneaks out, and then sits as we let the arms dangle. Crown buoyant. Push through the earth and rise. Let's do that 3 more times. This is like the water polishing the stone. Rock back. Rock forward. Rock back, hands to mouth and down to the belly. Settle to the middle. And then tail sneaks out the back and sinks as you let your arms dangle. And then you push down and rise to the middle. 2 more. Rock back. Rock forward. Rock back. Hands to mouth. Rock to middle. Hands at middle. Tail sneaks out the back and sinks. Hands just softly dangle towards the toes. Push through the earth and rise. Now, if again, this is causing any knee pain, you might be either sinking too low or you're bending by pushing your knees forward rather than how we talked about sitting the butt back. Make sure you do it correctly. Rock to the heels. Rock to the toes. Rock to the heels, hands, mouth, down to belly, settle to the middle of the feet. Tail sneaks out the back. Sit the tail back and down, release. Push through the earth. Rise to standing in the middle. Tai Chi Basics. Hands forward and up. Notice the wrists, how down the hands are. So you sort of push forward through the back of the hands to create this length. Sometimes we're really tight, and so it'll look like this. So put a little effort to push it out there in front of you, wrists relaxed, totally down, right? Then sink the elbows a little, the hands turn to this position and sweep down like you're painting with the fingertips. Arms come behind you a little bit. Forward and up, painting, down. Tai Chi Basics. These are like the ABC movements that combine in different ways to make complex Tai Chi movements. Now the crane flaps wings. Bring your hands in front in this cradle. Look at the natural roundness here. Create that. So I'm not sharp joints like this. Soft, loose. Arms swing down and out and up. opening here, lung point 1 and 2 in the chest, shoulder space. Then sinking, scooping just in front here, right? Open, sinking. Now, next one, wings. At the top, roll so the palms face up and just the elbows bend. Just the elbows. Hands come in and they fall right near each other, their fingers pointing at each other. Settle to a 0. Totally relaxed. Wings. Roll. And when I say roll, fold, I mean the elbow, just the elbow. So the shoulder stays where it is. And settle. One more. Wing, roll, and fold. Eventually that can be executed in one unbroken, smooth, graceful gesture. And that movement in combination with others shows up all over the place. Wings. Now, right arm, roll. As it folds, left hand sweeps under, and we embrace moon. Like magnets attracting towards each other, and then those magnets repel. Then they go around a far side of the circle and meet at the wings. Left hand roll. As it folds at the elbow, right hand sweeps underneath, and we embrace the moon. Repelling magnets up and away, and then they go around the far side of a circle and meet at wings. Right hand roll fold as left hand sweeps under. Repel and sweep around. Meet at the wing height. Ding. So just managing this, timing this all together, keeping the espresso cup balanced on top of your head. One more. Out to the wings and down. Bend your right elbow. Bring the right hand up close to the chest. Turn the palm forward. Push. With a Tai Chi push, no joint locks out, including all the knuckles, the hands. There's no clank, 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 right? All that force versus softly extend, turn, and reverse. Bring it in. Turn, push, return, push, return. One more. Push, turn. So this appropriate distance, right? Go ahead and drop that down. Fold here, bring it up, turn the palm forwardish, push, turn the hand. So we don't go too far, right? We're going right to that point where we can still come around the end of the circle and never be jamming the joint or forcing the joint. Push, reverse. One more. Push. Reverse. Great job, everybody. Drop that hand. Now bring them both up. Bend both elbows. Turn the palms. You can see it's like the hands are on the back side of a sphere, of something circular, rather than forced and flat. So again, we work in terms of circles, roundness, right? So keep that round quality and push. Turn the hand around the front side of a spherical item there and draw. Turn the hands around the back side. Push. Draw. Push. And draw. Now keep the right hand close to you. Turn the left hand. Push the left hand only. Now, just turn the left palm back and the right palm forward, push and pull. Turn right palm back, left palm forward, push and pull. So notice is your left hand palm pointing forward. There you go. Turn the palms. Both of them change the position they're in. Notice that's a challenge for the brain right there. Notice your right palm needs to be facing forward, and then push and pull. So it's asymmetrical movement that is challenging. Change the palms, both of them. Turn that left palm to face forward. Yep. Push and pull. And then change both palms simultaneously. Beautifully done. There it is. And push and pull. Change both of them simultaneous and then push and pull. And then bring that left hand back. Settle both down. Almost finished. Tai Chi lower body work here. Take your left index finger, touch it inside your belly button. So this brings awareness to our middle. From the middle, let your body weight just shift over more onto the right leg, and let that right leg be the only thing you're relying upon to keep you up. And notice that the right leg shouldn't necessarily be stiff as a tree trunk, but rather sink, sort of like a spring-loaded hydraulic spring. Then change that. Go and let the other leg, your left leg, be the leg you rely upon. Remember what I mentioned, the ball of the foot being the bubbling spring? So let that be the pinpoint spot that your body weight, as it goes through the leg and connects to the earth, it's through the ball of the foot rather than the heel or the outer edge. That idea. Shift left and hit the bullseye. Shift right. Now, as you shift right, stay in the right leg and turn from the belly button. Turn your belly button to point just a few degrees to the right. Keep it pointed to the right as you shift to the left leg. Stay in the left leg as you turn the belly button to point to the left. All right? Keep it pointed left as you shift to the right leg and then turn from the belly, point to the right. Stay pointed right as you shift to the left leg and turn. Drop the hands. Shift to the right leg. That's a lateral movement. Turn from the belly. That's a rotational movement. Just a little turn from the middle. Doesn't have to be a lot. Shift to the left. Turn to the left. Shift to the right. Turn to the right. Arms hanging. Shift to the left. Turn to the left. Notice if you let them, the arms go on a little bit of a ride, right? They go with you. You don't have to do anything with them to have them be moving a bit. Now we're going to do a little something with them. Put the right hand behind your back and let's just do the left hand. So shift right, turn right. The hand sweeps like a broom, sweeping across just a bit. Turn that hand around so the palm is pointing back to the left. Now shift to the left leg, turn from the belly, and then it's called brush knee. Sweep the hand across. Turn the hand around, shift to that right leg, turn the belly to the right, sweep the hand like a broom. Sorry, lost you guys there. Turn the hand around, shift, turn, sweep like a broom. Shift, turn, sweep like a broom. Shift, turn. Now, from this brush knee, remember this. Wing, roll, just fold at the elbow. Now we're loaded up. Remember your push. Shift, turn from the belly, soft push across. The hand falls down and gets down into the water again. Shift, turn, sweep like a broom, brush knee. Let that circle continue, floats up like a wing. Roll, fold at the elbow. The hand falls right in and it's loaded up to shift, turn, and unload that spring-loaded arm. Push. It falls. shift, turn, brush knee, wing, roll, fold, shift, turn, push, and it falls. Last one. So notice we're executing this movement pretty much with just the same shift and turn, and different things are happening, right? So now as we come down, bring the right hand out, let it sweep across, and let's do a few of those. Brush knee, shift and turn and sweep. Sweep the leg, shift and turn, sweep. Shift and turn, brush knee. Shift and turn, sweep. This is called the bear washes its paw in the stream. This next one is called brush, knee, and push. So brush knee, wing, roll, fold. Now it's loaded up for shift, turn, push. Hand falls towards the water. Shift, turn, brush, wing, roll, fold, shift, turn, push. Brush and push twice more. So it's kind of like planets orbiting. We have our center, and then the rest of the body, it's like orbiting around in these interesting orbits, circles and spirals and all kinds of stuff, right? Now, as you bring that hand down, bring the left hand out. Now let's do both at the same time. Everything's going to be doing opposite jobs. So now, left hand is brushing knee, right hand is sweeping leg. And as they finish, they naturally turn around the end of the circle and brush knee, sweep leg. Shift, turn, brush, and sweep. Shift, turn, brush, and sweep. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Let's turn this into brush, knee, and push. So now, wing with the left, roll and fold. Now we're all loaded up to shift, turn, bottom hand brush knee, top hand push. Then one arm wings, the other arm falls, roll and fold that top hand as the bottom hand arrives. We're all loaded up, shift, turn, brush, push. They orbit, arrive from the middle. So it's sort of like water locks, right? So the water's all locked up, and then we open the locks and flood the other side. And we're all flooded up over here. We open the locks. So it's this washing quality, right? We're just soft and relaxed. Brush, knee, and push. Brush, knee, and push. Last one across. And our final Tai Chi movement today, the Golden Rooster stands on one leg. So your weight's in your left leg. Pick up your right foot. Not pick it up, I'm sorry. It's empty-ish. Step it a little bit behind you with the toes turned out 5 or 10 degrees. Shift your weight back into it like you're sitting in a chair. Front leg now is empty-ish. Bring right hand down to rest on the surface of the water. Bend the left elbow, point the fingers up, and be empty in this front leg-ish, toe touching. Some of you have been doing this a while. You might even feel like you can lift a little and come back down, or lift and hold even someday. But find the position you can. Maintain an espresso cup on top of your head. Golden Rooster. 100% in one, 0 in the other. All right, someday maybe you're here. Soft and relaxed, loose. Now, setting that lifted foot down, toes turned out, sort of pigeon toe, Charlie Chaplin feet. Change your weight down through the left leg, left hand down, right hand bend at elbow point up, and touch the floor out in front of you with that empty right foot. Some of you might play with lift and lower, or someday lift and hold. Breathing, nasal breathing. espresso cup balance, Golden Rooster. Set that foot down, empty, change your weight. Touch the earth or lift. Set that foot down, no body weight in it. Change the weight, left hand goes down, right hand and foot lift. One more each. Change. All right, someday we use this move to walk backwards, right? So that's what Tai Chi is. It's just like layering on challenge on these interesting positions. Now, parallel feet, arms down. Let's finish with 3 sync chi wash organs, this movement that we learned today. Mouth, belly, butt sneaks out, tail sneaks out, sink. Rise up. 2 more. Rock back, forward. Back, hands go to the mouth, belly, and through. One more. Closing gesture, wings, roll full, like a stone settling through a pond, the mind settling towards the belly, hands hovering in front of the belly area, and then sealing. This is called the Lao Gun Point in the hand. Place that over your belly button. Then the other Lao Gun Point over the backside of that underneath hand. And just let all that has been stirred up and generated settle to the reservoir deep in the belly. Smooth, full breathing, relaxed shoulders, relaxed elbows, mind settled, inward gaze. And we close with the Taoist bow. Grab one thumb, fold the fingers over top so you have a fist underneath, open palm, and a little yin-yang symbol in the front. And thank you. So we have that sort of official closed quality. Find your comfortable seat, and if you have the time, do nothing. Do nothing at all. Become very still, maybe even take a nap, right? If you have questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask, or you have comments or anything like that. All right, thanks everybody.